Good morning, everyone. Good morning again. God is good, and all the time, and that is, wow. Thank you all for having come in here today. It's a great day for us. It's coming from the backdrop of an AGM that we had last week on Friday. And as you're aware, the investor brief is an important calendar item in Stima Sacco. It's when we can be able to come together, speak to our shareholders, our stakeholders, and of course the larger community at large, just to tell them a bit about what we did in the previous year. Just to acknowledge a few of the individuals who are here with us, and if I do call your name, you might please stand up so that we acknowledge you. With us, we have Daniel Marube. He's the Executive Director of CAK. Daniel, can clap for him. We also have Vincent Marango. He's the Director of Cooperatives at Coop Bank. Edward Mutairo, go ahead, you can stand up for him. Yes. Oh, there he is. Yes. From Equity Bank, we have Renson Ireri. Makofi kwa Renson. We also have the MD of Cusco, Arnold Munene. I'd seen him sometime. Oh, there he is. The CEO for CIC Asset, that's Humphrey Gadungu. Makofi kwa Humphrey. From KMRC, that's the Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company. We have Nyale Yanga. I had seen you. Oh, there you are. From Comtel, we have Alan Onyango and Claire Nganga. Oh, there you are, seated together. Makofi kwao. From CIC, we have Peter Ongeti. I saw Peter in the morning, yes. There you are, Peter. Liquid Telecom, also one of our partners. We have Irene Wanjiro. Irene, there you are, right at the back. Makofi kwake. And from Family Bank, we have John Kinyanjui. And as we progress, I know there are many other individuals who have also joined us, who are our partners. We appreciate all and each and every one of you. Amongst us, we also have our shareholders. That's from Stima Sacco, together with those who have put, these are the heavy hitters. They're the big savers in terms of shareholding, in terms of the alpha deposits and fixed deposits. So if you're a member of Stima Sacco and you're in that category, please do stand up so that we can appreciate you. Don't feel shy. You're the reason we're here. Makofi kubwa kwao kabisa. And the board is also in that category. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. I think with those introductions, we'll keep on acknowledging those who do come in. I would like to hand over the meeting back to Jack. Jack, thank you.
Thank you. A hearty clap for all the investors and all the other partners that have joined us this morning. I'll now take this opportunity to call our HONSEC to introduce the board and the supervisory committee. Can clap for him as he comes.
Thank you. Good morning, investors, our stakeholders. In the interest of time, my name is Osman Khatolwa. I serve on the board of Stima Sacco as the HONSEC. I also have the privilege of serving on the board of Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company, and I'm a member of the interim board of Cusco. I want to start by acknowledging or introducing the former board members. I've seen Commissioner FCPA Anno Ward. If you may just stand and wave. Commissioner Anno Ward served on the supervisory committee and the full board of Stima Sacco for some time. I've seen Director David Monandi, if you're in the house, please. And I've seen our longest serving treasurer, Bwana Emma Sotado. Thank you. I bring apologies from Engineer Rosemary Odwor. She's a board member. She's not able to join us this morning. I also bring apologies from the Vice Chair, Engineer Peter Njenga, who is also not able to join us this morning. And the chairman has sent his apologies. but Engineer Geoffrey Muli will be relaying his message. So in terms of introductions, the current serving members of the Supervisory Committee, we have the newest director. He was elected on Friday, Dr. Andrew Owor. Dr. Andrew Owor joins the Supervisory Committee. He is a delegate representing individuals, not from the common bond, and he has always said that he represents the highest number of membership. Karibu sana kwa chama. Thank you. We have Engineer Solomon Kariuki. He's also known as Mkulima wa nguruwe in his other life. Nashughulika na maneno ya kulima nguruwe. So if you are an investor and you want to venture into that area, farming, you can create time and speak to him. I want to suggest that in the interest of time, but with all fairness, the chairman, CPA Steve Vikiru, you may just greet the investors.
Thank you, Honsek, for the privilege. Good morning. My name is Stephen Vikiru. I've been chairing the Supervisory Committee, and it's a pleasure to be here, welcoming all of you here. And to Dr. Andrew, welcome to the Supervisory Committee for the oversight of the Sacco for the investors. I don't have much to say, but it is the season of Ramadan for our Muslim brothers. And for us Catholics, Anglicans, it's a season of Lent, where we do prayers, fasting, and alms giving. So I think we just take that spirit to whatever service that we do. I know it's a season of dividend as well, and we've seen some queues and things like that. I think even as we sit here, we should be carrying that in our minds, that we need to enhance service to our members, so that really we move together. Times are changing. We saw, for example, somewhere where someone was given 20 million and people are all over that person. So something happening, something small happening. People are aware, they say they are woke. They are aware, and we really need to be more aware even as we do what we do. So we want to thank our partners for coming. You know, when you give supervisory nafasi, naanza ku criticize immediately. So, yeah, so our partners, thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you this year and beyond. Asanteni sana. Okay.
Thank you. You know, the supervisory would even criticize the way I've done the introductions. So I felt it's good to have the chair at least greet our investors. So I go straight to the serving board members. I want to start with the Bishop, FCPA, John Odhiambo Mdanyi. Stand and wave to. Yeah, John Mdanyi represents X Energy. He's a delegate representing X Energy, and he was elected on Friday in a hotly contested election. Next to Dr. Mdanyi is Director Cecilia Kalungu. For purposes of elections and AGM and campaigns, alikuwa anajulikana kama Mama Mutru. Mama says, thank you so much, Director, and congratulations. We have Luanga, CPA, Luanga Viketi. Thank you. We have Engineer Geoffrey Muli, representing the chair today, so you'll have an opportunity to speak to you. We have the CEO, who sits in the board also. We have Anne Miano, who's the company secretary, also sits in the board. Anne, if you may stand and wave to... and we have the national treasurer, CPA Mary Malu. Mary Malu is a delegate from Kengen, and she's the finance and ICT director at Kengen, and she's our national treasurer. Geoffrey Muli and the Director Cecilia and Luanga, and myself are from Kenya Power. So that is the introduction for the board members. Like I mentioned, apologies from the national chair, but Engineer Geoffrey Muli has a message from the chair, and Engineer Njenga would have wished to be with us. Engineer Njenga is the CEO of KenGen, but I'm made to understand that he could not make it. Thank you so much. I hand over back to Jack to continue the program, and I'm looking forward to meeting the investors in Mombasa when we have the top servers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honsek, can we give him another hearty clap? So we are at the meat of the event, where we will invite our National Treasurer, CPA Mary Malu, to come and give you insights on the performance of the Sacco. Here is where the meat is. We can clap for her as she comes.
Yeah, good morning, investors, and our guests. Good morning. Morning. I'm very happy this morning to be here to share the results of our esteemed Sacco for the year 2024. As you've heard, my name is CPA Mary Malu, the National Treasurer. So I have a few slides which will take us through some highlights about our Sacco, the environment through which we operated throughout the year, and also at the end, an outlook as to 2025, so that we have a complete picture of where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going. Yeah, and first we look at the environment. How is the environment through which the Sacco operated? This year, in terms of inflation, we saw our inflation levels go down and actually stabilize. The previous years, we had very high inflation experienced in the country. But this year, it was stable, going all the way to the levels of 3%. And this is good for us investors, because then it means the disposable income in the pockets of people is high. We can save after spending on our expenses. So a good inflation is good for the Sacco. We also saw our GDP stabilize at around 5%, 4% going to 5%, which is also good, because when the economy is recovering and thriving, then there's activity, these people can save, there's spending, and that is good for our Sacco. People can borrow because they have somewhere to invest in. Yeah. However, we also saw on the legislative space some changes which had some positive as well as negative effects. We saw the interest rates come down. The level of interest rates is important for the Sacco because we invest in deposits and bonds and other instruments. So when the interest rates are high, that is good for the Sacco. On the flip side, when interests are high, then it means also the borrowing cost also goes up. So this is a double-edged sword, but that is what we saw happen in the year. The levies that came along during the year, the housing levy, the NHIF, the affordable housing, these did affect the members, particularly those who depend on payslip, and we saw a bit of reduced savings because of that, a bit of struggle with payment of loans during the year. So this kind of the landscape in which we operated during the year. Some numbers now in high levels. Yeah, how did we perform during the year? We saw membership grow to the levels of 220 and 650. That was up 10%. We saw our deposits also go up. We saw revenues go up, retained earnings go up. Total assets, the previous year we had closed with a balance of 59 billion, and we saw our assets in total growing to 66, a very significant growth. Deposits up to 46%, again another growth. So looking at all those numbers, all of them were very positive, and we are very proud that we did not actually go down despite the challenging economic environment. All our parameters are looking up, and which is positive. We look at the revenues, because this is what brings us here. In terms of interest income, which is the mainstay, interest income is the mainstay for SACCOs. This is what members pay for loans retake, which is the main source of revenue for the SACCO. And this went up 13% from the previous year. You can actually see the growth, how it moved up from 2022, 2023, 2024. The arrows are looking up. Another significant source of revenue is investment income, and which as a SACCO we are focusing on as a way of diversifying our sources of revenue. And investment income, you can see how it is grown, below $1 billion in 2022, crossing the 1 billion line in 2023, and almost touching the 2 billion line in 2024. This was greatly propelled by the high interest rates. We took advantage of the high interest rates in the market. We invested in some of those high earning bonds. I think we got one at 18% and above, and that really is propelling that line of growth, and it's a line that we intend to grow going forward. So anytime we have any surplus funds, we're investing them for the benefit of the members to earn interest. So in total, the last graph there shows now all our revenues put together. The important thing to note here is the growth trajectory that we are looking up, both in the interest income, the investment income, and even the non-funded, which is mainly the transactional income, is also looking up, which is very positive. We look now here at a summary income statement, and I'll not bog you down to all the lines. I just want to focus on the totals. If we look at our total revenue, which comprises the investment income, the interest income, and other income, we achieved a total of 10 billion this 2024. In the budget, we had projected 9.9 billion. Previous year, 2023, we achieved 8.9. So you can see we grew our revenues by about 3% against the budget and 15% against the previous year. Our expenses, again, I'll just look at the total line. We were at 4 billion at the end of 2024. That is what we spent. Compared to the budget, we had actually expected a higher expenditure, mainly looking at the provision, but we were able to control and manage our provisions to a much lower figure, ending up in a significant saving. And so that's why we are below budget in terms of expenses, and also below previous year, where we had spent 3.8. So our net surplus was 6 billion, actual 2024, compared to a budget of 5 billion and actuals of 5 billion the previous year. So interest on rebates, this is now what is paid to members. We did declare a 3.8, almost 3.9 billion for this year, 2024. The budget was 3.9, previous year, 3.5. So that is what has gone to the pockets of members, and I'm one of them. This year, the rate is 11%. Now, let's look at our revenue. How do the distribution of our revenue, how do we apply the revenue we get? In summary, we've shown here the major lines that take up this revenue, and what I would just like to focus on is look at the quantum that is going to the members. First is the dividend, 16% is shown at the bottom. I don't know that the pointer can point here. This 6% went to dividend, 38% went to interest on rebates. Retained earnings took 15%. So if you just add up what is going to the member, who is the most important in this case, is 60%. So we can say 60% of the revenue we earn goes back to the pocket of the member, and which is to us very significant, and it's a number we'd want even to grow so that the member can get more and more. Let's look at now the balance sheet, the statement of financial position, which gives really the financial strength, the financial health of an institution. And again, looking at the totals, we decided to close the year with an asset base of 66 billion, 66.0. We actualized 66.4, which was slightly higher than budget by 365 million, and was better than the previous year where we stood at 59. So again, a growth in our total asset, which, just to summarize, which lines really gave us this significant growth in our assets. One, member deposits. If you look at the side of liabilities, which is the first side here, member deposits grew by 3.5, and equity injection by members 2.7, and that kind of drove the growth. And where did we put this money? This money again went back to loans to members. Looking now at my right-hand side, loans to members, a bit of it was in the cash, given that we are a financial institution, we have to be liquid, and then investments. The investments we saw earning us the handsome revenue. It took a bit of that money. So that's how our 66 billion worth of assets is made up of. Let's look at the cash flow. And again, here I will not bog you down with the numbers, the details of the numbers. I just want us to look at the last line, which is the cash position. We closed the year with a strong position of 9 billion, compared to previous year where we closed at 7.8. From operations alone, we earned 5 billion. And this slide is important to us as investors and members, because then it is out of this 9 billion cash that we have paid the dividend and rebates. We do not borrow. As a Sacco, we do not borrow to pay dividends. When we declare dividends and rebates, that is paid from the cash available in the Sacco. And which to us is important. We know there could be some who borrow to pay, but we do not do that. We keep a healthy position that we can meet our obligations as and when they fall due, including the dividend. So while I'm here, I can say confidently that what we are seeing members withdrawing, because I know there have been a talk that people are withdrawing money. Yes, people are withdrawing their dividend. And since I sit in the Finance and Investment Committee, which I chair, we've seen a pattern that towards February, late January, February, people kind of go slow on borrowing because they're expecting the dividend and rebates. So we are kind of not seeing many applications. People wait for this dividend and they draw it rightfully as per their needs, because it is their money. So it's also very good when you see members take their money to invest, to use for whatever purposes that they would have planned, and this is well provided for in our cash position. Looking at statutory ratios, just to assure members and investors that we do meet all our statutory ratios that have been set by SASRA. As you can see, the bars there, the first one, we compare core capital to our total assets. A minimum should be 8%. We closed the year at 20%, and whereas the target was 18. The most important thing to see here is we are not only meeting, but we are surpassing and we are growing. So those are the messages I would like us to take away from this slide. Looking at institutional capital, the same. We are surpassing the 8% minimum, and we are growing. We are surpassing the budget. We are surpassing previous year, and we are still growing. And we are in the we are making an effort to grow our assets, also to grow our capital, so that we can continue improving these ratios. The last graph there, those bars show our growth trajectory in terms of share capital. So we have also been encouraging our members to save more, so that when it comes to the end of the year, they also earn more, and in the process, we're also strengthening the base for the Sacco. I now want to talk about just a summary of the business drivers, what has driven our business in the past year, and what we see happening in the coming year, the year we are in now. In terms of total membership, we have been growing. In 2024, grew by 10% from 200 members to around 220. And we see this membership being one of the drivers, and we intend to grow our membership by a further 18% in 2025 to bring it to around 260. In terms of assets, we've been growing. 2024 grew by 12% from 59 billion to 66 billion. And we expect to continue growing this line and expect to close 2025 at around 74%, which will be another 12%. Share capital, as I said, we've been running a drive and encouraging members to save more to strengthen the Sacco as they also benefit at the end of the year. We grew by 22% in 2024 to close at 4 billion, up from 3.6, and we expect to grow this line further to 5.6 billion, a growth of 27%. So we're giving ourselves a target even higher than what we achieved last year. In terms of total deposits, we grew by 18% to 46.7, up from 43%, and we expect again to grow this line to 51%, to 51 billion, a growth of 10% in 2025. Loan portfolio, we expect to continue loaning to our members so that they can grow and develop themselves. And whereas we close at 50%, up from 45%, we are saying this is not enough. We want to grow further to 56 billion by the end of the year, which is a 12% growth. In terms of turnover, we achieved 10.2 billion in 2024, up from 8.9 the previous year, a growth of 15%, and we target to again grow by the same percentage of 15% to 11.9 billion. And while we are here, I would say this is despite what we have seen, the interest rates on investments going down, we still expect to achieve that growth of 15%. Yeah, so members, shareholders, investors, that is a brief highlight of our performance for the past year, and a projection to the year we are in 2025, and we expect to deliver good results for this year. So thank you for listening to me, and we hope we'll continue engaging on and on as we walk the journey towards another successful year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Another clap for the treasurer. I take this opportunity to welcome our CEO to give his official remarks. Can clap for him as he comes.
Good morning once again. Ramadan Kareem to our Muslim brothers, and I'm also sure about the greeting for Lent. Vice Chair, Chair SC, what do you say during Lent? Happy Lent? God is good. God is good. All right. So allow me to give remarks. This is the CEO's investors remark for this investor brief. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. It's an honor to stand before you today, just days after our 51st AGM, as we reflect on our golden journey and embrace the limitless opportunities ahead. 50 years ago, our founders dared to dream. They envisioned a cooperative that will not only provide financial solutions, but also transform lives, empower generations, and redefine the future of financial inclusion. Today, that dream is a thriving reality. From humble beginnings, Stima DT Sacco has grown into a pillar of resilience, a catalyst for economic empowerment, and a leader in the cooperative movement. We are not just a financial institution. We are a movement, a force for change, and a partner in the prosperity for over 220,000 of our members. But let me be clear. This is not the destination. This is just the beginning. I'd like for us to reflect on a year of growth and transformation. The year 2024 was a defining chapter in our history, a testament to our strength, agility, and unwavering commitment to our members. Despite a challenging global economic landscape, we remain steadfast, and our performance speaks for itself. In terms of membership growth, as has been demonstrated, we leaped from 145 members to 220,650 members, reaffirming trust in our vision. In terms of core capital strength, again, as has been demonstrated, we grew from 10.6 billion to 13.4 billion, pushing our statutory ratio from 17.94 to 20.22%. And liquidity, let's talk about our unmatched liquidity. We surged from 90.08% to 94.95%, ensuring financial security for our members. So that I can re-emphasize on that point, the liquidity ratio that is required from our regulator is 15%. Stima Sacco is at 94.95%. I do believe we deserve a clap for that. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent dreams fulfilled, businesses funded, homes built, and futures secured. They represent the power of collective progress only to be found in the cooperative movement. We also have a bold vision for the future, for the year 2025 and beyond. As we step into the next phase of our journey, we do so with boldness, clarity, and purpose. Our 2025 to 2029 strategic plan is not just a blueprint. It is a commitment to our members, a promise to stay ahead, and a roadmap to an even greater future. This vision is anchored on 4 transformational pillars, and allow me to take you through them briefly. The first pillar is member and business development, whereby we seek to expand our reach and deepening our impact. We believe that our strength lies in our members. To empower them further, we will enhance financial literacy programs for our members, to equip them with knowledge to thrive, expand value-added services that cater to their evolving financial needs, and diversify income streams to create more opportunities for wealth creation. The second pillar in our strategic plan is operational and service excellence, whereby we see the future as being digital. So innovation becomes the heartbeat of our progress. We will harness the power of technology to revolutionize digital services. This is through artificial intelligence, AI-driven solutions, and seamless online platforms, streamline operations to ensure faster, more efficient, and more accessible financial services, and strengthening risk management frameworks to safeguard member investment. Our third pillar is on financial sustainability, whereby we seek to strengthen our foundations for generations to come. And under this pillar, we are building a future-ready circle. We will generate sustainable surpluses while keeping loan rates affordable. We will expand our balance sheet with prudent financial resource management and enhance liquidity and investment for the long-term stability. And our last pillar, amongst our most important pillar, is on people and culture. And our greatest asset as Stima DT Sacco is our people. At Stima Sacco, we believe in empowering not just our members, but also our people. We will invest in talent development to nurture a culture of high performance and excellence. We will recognize and reward innovation to drive continuous improvement. We will foster a values-driven culture of integrity, trust, and responsiveness. This, again, is not just about numbers and strategy. It's about having a shared vision, a collective ambition, and a deep-rooted commitment to prosperity for all. I'd like also to paint a picture of the future. The future for us is about sustainability. It's a future we can all believe in. Beyond financial growth, we recognize our responsibility to the society and the environment. Our commitment to environmental, social, and governance, otherwise known as ESG principles, remain unwavering. In 2024, we can demonstrate this. We took bold steps to empower MSMEs and the youth entrepreneurs, whereby we disbursed over 3.5 billion, including 523 million that went directly to MSMEs and 256 million that went to young innovators. We also promoted affordable housing and green energy, whereby we put 1.7 billion invested in housing, water, and electricity projects. And we also advanced financial literacy through webinars, training, and community programs. We empowered thousands with the tools to build a secure financial future. Our purpose is clear: to build wealth responsibly, to uplift communities, and to champion financial inclusion to all. At this juncture, allow me to acknowledge once again our stakeholders, the power of we. The milestones we celebrate today are not the work of one individual, but the collective effort of a visionary community. To our valued members, you are the heartbeat of Stima DT Sacco. Your trust, loyalty, unwavering belief in us inspire everything we do. You are the reason we exist. To our board, supervisory committee, and the delegates, your wisdom, strategic guidance, and relentless pursuit of excellence continues to steer us forward. We are grateful. In this room, representing our staff, the management team, if you could please stand up. Makofi kwao. To our staff represented here today by the management team, your passion, resilience, and innovation power this organization. You are our greatest asset. And to our partners today and the regulators, your collaboration, support, and trust enables us to push boundaries and set new industry standards. From the depths of my heart, I thank you all. Together, we have built something remarkable, and together we will even achieve greater heights. The road ahead in the next 50 years actually begins now. As we look to the future, let us ask ourselves one simple question: what legacy will we leave behind? We're not just building a circle, we are shaping an institution that will stand the test of time, a financial movement that will empower generations to come, and a beacon of hope for those who dare to dream. With unwavering commitment, unshakable unity, and an unrelenting drive for excellence, we will redefine financial empowerment. The next 50 years starts now. The future belongs to those who believe in the power of their dreams. And at Stima DT Sacco, we dream, and we dream big. May God bless you, and may God bless Stima DT Sacco. Thank you very much. With those few remarks, allow me to welcome Engineer Muli to read the speech, the National Chairman's speech. Karibu na makofi kwake.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the chair of Stima Sacco, allow me to thank each and every one of you for joining us this morning. It's a great honor for me to share the performance highlights of the society for the year that ended on the 31st December 2024. In our recent AGM, we presented financial results, and I'm pleased to report that we have achieved remarkable growth across all the key performance indicators. In the area of, we saw our deposits grow by 8% from 43.13 billion in 2023 to 46.69 billion in the year 2024. Our loan book also expanded by 11% from 45.15 billion in 2023 to 50.24 billion in the year 2024. We also saw our balance sheet size increase by 12%, reaching 66.44 billion at the end of that financial year. Our revenue also grew by 13% from 8.95 to 10.26, supported by 1.8 billion from investment income. The strong financial performance underscores our commitment to sound management, prudent risk practices, and delivering value to our members. We remain dedicated to providing financial solutions for home ownership, education, and business growth, reinforcing our mission of financial empowerment. In recognition to these results, the board recommended a first and final dividend of 16% per share on fully paid shares and an 11% interest rebate on members' deposits. Following the AGM approval, a total payout of this distribution was 4.57 billion, up from 4.06 billion in the year 2023. A direct contribution to our members' financial well-being and to the broader economy. Our strategic direction. The financial sector is evolving rapidly due to technological advancement, changing consumer expectations, and global economic shifts. To remain competitive, Stima Sacco must not only adopt but lead in innovation and service excellence. As we expand, we remain committed to maintaining a high standard of governance, compliance, and ethical leadership. Strengthening risk management framework will ensure long-term stability and protect our members' investments. Our members remain at the heart of Stima Sacco, and to better serve them, we will expand financial literacy programs to empower informed decision-making. We will further enhance accessibility and inclusivity, ensuring that all our members, regardless of their location, benefit from our services. Strategic partnerships. Collaboration is key in achieving our vision. We will engage with industry leaders, government agencies, development partners to unlock new opportunities and drive impact. Additionally, we will work closely with the legislatory bodies, the Senate, Parliament, and the Ministry to advocate for policies that strengthen the Sacco movement. Accolades. In the year 2024, Stima Sacco received several prestigious awards, affirming our leadership and excellence. On Top Star Brand, Stima Sacco received the Best Sacco 2024 award. On Mombasa Business Awards, Stima Sacco was the most preferred Sacco. On Digital Tech Awards 2024, Stima Sacco received Digital Tech Award. On Real Estate Award, Stima Sacco was voted Best Sacco in Property Finance Solutions in the year 2024. In Nairobi International Trade Fair, Stima Sacco was awarded the Best Cooperative Movement and Sacco. In Cooperative Insurance Society, we were runners-up, first runners-up as the best insured cooperative society and winner in the highest shareholding category, parastatal. These honors reflect the dedication of our employees, board members, and partners in delivering exceptional service and financial solutions. Now, looking ahead, the year 2024 was a milestone year as we celebrated 50 years of financial service excellence. However, our focus remains on the future, sustaining growth, embracing technology, and deepening member engagement. We reaffirm our commitment to strong governance, accountability, transparency, ensuring that Stima Sacco remain a trusted institution. Our priority remains financial sustainability, ensuring customer experience and industry leadership. As we shape the next phase of our journey, we continue to work alongside legislators, policymakers, and stakeholders to advance the Sacco movement. Together, we will build an institution that is not only financially strong, but also a beacon of trust, innovation, and empowerment. I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our employees, to our members, to delegates, to the supervisory committee members, to stakeholders for your unwavering trust and commitment. Your support is the foundation for our success. As we move forward, we invite you to join us in shaping the future of Stima Sacco. Your feedback, engagement, and continued trust are invaluable as we strive to deliver even greater value and impact. May God bless you all as we embark on this exciting journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Molly. Another hearty clap for Engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of our engagement this morning. And we want again to thank you very much for finding time to come and join us this morning. The next session is media interviews that will be undertaken by our board members and the CEO. So the rest of the guests, you can serve. If you have not had breakfast, you can serve again. And you can also pass by the registration desk to take your goodie bag if you have not received one. Thank you very much, and journey masses as you go back to your other engagements. Asanteni sana. We'll be doing our media interviews here. So the crew, you can come and set up around here.